Today I'm working on leveling this shed. I'm going to be building a she shed right here in this space. But before I do that, I need to level this shed, which has some foundation issues. And there's no better time to do this than now, before I build the she shed, when it's easy to get to it. And if you don't know what a she shed is, go ask your wife, and then you'll be sorry for bringing it up. All right, on first inspection, it looks like it's just in this one corner that it's dropped down somehow. I'm not sure why. And it doesn't look like it's going to be real hard to fix. I don't see any major problems. Just need to jack this corner up and put down better footing for the skid or sled or whatever you call that thing. So as with any project, you want to gather together the tools that you anticipate needing. Got jacks, got gloves, levels, flashlights, some larger tools. And then, of course, understand that there will be things that you do not anticipate that you will need, and you will not realize it until you're down there in the middle of it and gone beyond a stopping point, and you have to stop and probably take a couple steps back and go get whatever mysterious item it was that you needed to begin with. But since we can't predict the future, we're going to go ahead and get started. Get under there. Got the tarp just to lay on so I get a little less dirty and to collect all the sweat and save the water. Might as well get started. Okay, first off, just kind of checking for snakes, which I didn't expect to find any because this is where the dog hides when it's thundering, and I didn't figure him and snakes would share a home for too long. So nobody called you, dog. So anyway, it looks like the front skid, and I call that a skid, I don't know, maybe there's another name for it, it's fine. But this back skid has dropped on this end. And I sure hope the skid itself is okay. We'll find out as we progress. Luke, we don't need you. We do not need you here. I will call you if I need you, okay? If I get trapped in a well or something, all right? So, but you see how the ground has dropped. I don't think Luke did that. I'm worried about what used to be here, to tell you the truth. We don't know. My mother said that she thinks she remembers a septic tank from a house before, from the back in the 60s. And who knows, maybe this is where it is. That would be a bad thing, because that would mean it's going to keep sinking. But right now, whoa, the smell just hit me. Luke, you stink, boy. Oh my gosh. Are you dead and you just don't know it? Oh my Lord, that's a stinking dog. He won't let anybody bathe him though. He'll bite you if you try. Anyway, so even though I have a feeling that this is a sinking place that will keep sinking, I've got to level it and find out. I don't think it sinks like a sinkhole. We don't have those here. We're in the Panhandle, and those stop, I think, somewhere around Tallahassee. But what we'll do is we'll level this, and then I'm going to try to get a little farther in and level it so that we have it level all the way across rather than just in 4 points like it was, or 3 points like they had it over here. So that's the job. Okay, so we've taken the concrete blocks that were there and moved them out, and I moved some solid ones down here, and what I'm going to do is try to build a base, get a jack under there and start jacking it up. And really what they should have done, I mean, I'm not a smart man, but see that is not what you want on the bottom, because it doesn't displace enough ground, and it can actually, almost like a knife, imagine this being a knife point, it can work its way down into the ground because it's got those holes. But here you've got 16 by what, 8-inch solid pieces, a lot less likely to knife their way into the ground. Okay, this is a pretty good place to show what's going on. So, got a 10-ton jack there, and I've got it underneath, and I'm jacking it up, and as I jack it up, I'm forcing this cement block underneath, and that's a safety issue. That way, if that jack fails me, that cement block is there. And what you didn't see, because I'm dirty and I can't be stopping to film every couple seconds, and because I'm all alone, because I'm always alone except for Luke, who stinks, and because I'm sweaty and nasty, I didn't film it. But I also had some shorter blocks that I was putting under there, so at no time, if that jack had failed, would this have fallen, well, it wouldn't have fallen past that. And I've kept my head clear using the extension there. I haven't had my head under there. And I don't have a lot of experience in this. I did help a man that I worked for once move an old, probably about a 80-year-old house, move it about 5 blocks and then level it. And I learned a lot there. He assured me I had not learned much, but evidently some of it stuck because I haven't killed myself yet. So, going to keep, I don't know how high this jack will go, but I'm going to try to get this block square on this block down here, and then we'll worry about how much more to get level. Okay, we've got a problem. I had reached the extent of my jack, so I was going to have to reposition it. So I go around to look and see how far the block that the jack has been sitting on has gone into the ground. That ain't good. That ain't normal. And that confirms that there is some hole here. And whether it is, in fact, an old, Indian burial ground, old fighting hole, old septic tank, I don't know, but it reaffirms that ain't cool. Am I boring you? So, we're going to have to get some larger, maybe some treated posts, and come in here and put them in where they extend beyond that hole, that weak place. All right, back under the shed, got my posts, got my stinking dog. Okay. Here's the plan. Going to lower that jack because the shed's now resting on this block. Going to pull out the jack and put another cement block underneath it so that I can raise it some more with that jack. Reposition his jack, raise it up more, get this post under there, see where it goes. All right, they say no battle plan survives contact with the enemy, and in this case it's very true. Once I got under here and started messing with it, I changed and really ended up in the same place, just kind of got there quicker. I ended up using this mechanical jack, which is only a 2.5 ton, and managed to get it up, get the block out, move my 10-ton hydraulic jack around, and get it back into play so that I now have both jacks supporting it. Now understand, the shed is not where it needs to be. It's not level, but I was able to get the first post underneath, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think I have room to get the second post between that post and the orange jack. And if I can do that, then I'll proceed to jack it on up and build upon these two posts. All right, so I've got both posts in, and I've got a 2x6 waiting to go up underneath because you see the posts weren't tall enough. So what I'm doing is slowly jacking it up. And even though this may look like a ramshackle way of doing things, I am being as safe as I can. I am using 2 jacks here. I am not placing my head or shoulders underneath the shed. Luckily, I'm right here on the edge. And I'm jacking up with a hydraulic jack, and then I'm stopping and meeting with the mechanical jack. So I'm doing everything I can to make sure that if something should fail, that we won't have any kind of catastrophe. The only catastrophe we really have is this one right here, because he smells so damn bad. All right, we're still jacking it up, trying to find level, and I'm getting some popping and some cracking underground, which makes me know there's no doubt in my military mind that there's a camouflage under here. Camouflage, look it up. It's a real word. And I don't think it's a German bunker, so my guess is that it was indeed an old septic tank. But even an old septic tank should have been made of concrete block, if nothing else. So I've done what I can do. I've spread the load with these posts, and I'm going to keep going. And if something gives way, I hope that I've still got enough quickness in this old body to move out of the way and not fall in the hole. Okay, we've reached a stop because I've just realized that we're not jacking up, we're jacking down. Pay attention to the concrete block. It is going down when I jack. The shed is not going up. So whatever is under here is giving way. So I am going to stop, and I'm going to try to get these jacks out of here and look at it from a different angle. All right, this is plan D. I've got a third post under there now. And understand, see that down there? That's a concrete block that started out up here. So it's obvious that I cannot put any weight there. I can't jack from that place. Talked to my mother and my brother, and now I find out, newsflash, there was a homemade septic tank here. Homemade. I mean, I already knew there was probably a septic tank here, but homemade concrete block with a wooden top. So, nice to know. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't recommend this, probably not a good idea, but I'm gonna jack at this not quite so strong point, the corner, and see if I can't jack it enough to get, if you can see it, that 2x6 on this third beam or third post. Okay, well, I've decided I've done all I'm going to do right now. I have stabilized it. I've jacked it up some. While it's not yet level, it's much more level than it was. And the decision's been made that probably come fall, we're going to actually move this shed over to its left, off of what obviously was a septic tank, obviously now, over to this space here. And we have a way to do that. We have a trailer that we can get under there and pick it up. And that's what we'll do in the falls. We'll just move this shed over here and get it off of this septic. And then maybe I'll find the time to do a little excavation and fill it in, and it'll not be a problem ever again. Because right here, where this ugly dog sits, is going to be the she shed, and we don't want any trouble. Okay, well, that was fun. That wasn't fun.